All right, welcome to, what is this, day 5? 4?
4.
Day 4, as we count down to 30 days of Christmas. And we've been doing different
Merry
things.
Junkmas.
We like to do, be doing some different fun Christmas stuff, just starting out.
Yeah.
And what we're wanting to do today is counting down our family's favorite Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And what we did is, I made a list of top 7. He made a list. He made a list. My wife made a list as well. And so then we kind of merged them together. And so we're going to just count down 7 of the best Christmas movies. We can have some honorable mentions as we go along. There's a couple that I had on there that nobody else had on there. There's one that my wife had that nobody else had on there. I think we all had
She had like 5.
Yeah. I think we all had maybe 1 or 2 that nobody else had. So we kind of merged those together. But we are going to start with number 7. E-Man, you want to tell us about it?
Sure. So number 7 on our list is The Grinch. This is the latest film on our list, the most recent one to be released.
It is 7.
The newest Grinch out of the 3 Grinch films. Well, I mean, it's not like a trilogy, but you know, the Grinch cartoon from 2018, just 2 years ago. And
This is
there's
there's
some of these movies that made everyone's list, but this one did not make everyone's list, but it did make a few lists.
Made a couple lists, yes. Yep. This Grinch. And when this Grinch came out, I was very nervous about it because I love the original Grinch. I absolutely hated the Jim Carrey Grinch. Even though, I mean, there's things they did well about it. You know, their makeup and the costuming and all that stuff in the sets.
But it definitely wasn't as
long.
good as this one.
But this one was really good. I had it in my top. I believe E-Man did as well. So this is 7.
I didn't.
7 on our countdown.
Because I had more honorable things to...
Down to 6. We do not have a DVD copy of that. But why don't you tell us what number 6 is?
Number 6 was the Santa Claus. And when Ethan edits this, he probably put a picture of it. It's all the 3 Santa Claus movies. We had an honorable mention of him. He picked the Santa Claus, and I picked Santa Claus 3. So we had all 3 honorable. We had only 2 of the 3 honorable mentions in that.
They're not really honorable mentions.
They're on the list.
But,
So
he had Santa Claus. He had Santa Claus 3, and we just put the Santa Claus series, I guess, at number 6. Didn't make mine. Didn't make my wife's. Still good movies. At number 6. Now we're down to number 5, and I'll do this one. This one is actually, you would say, oh, it's this movie? Nope. Is it Rudolph? Is it Frosty? Nope. It is the original Grinch, which I believe was on everyone's list.
Yeah.
Except Carrie's. Yeah. She did not have it on there. Everybody else did have. The original Grinch was this from like 1963, if I'm guessing.
I think you're right.
Hold on. It doesn't say. Anyway, it's from the 60s. It might be like 68 or 69.
66.
66. Okay, I was wrong on all those numbers. This is the original, like 30-minute, 45-minute, maybe 35-minute Grinch.
Well, it's not really the original. They added color to this one.
This is
It wasn't black and white.
Yeah, I remember going.
White.
You know how we visit West Virginia on some of these videos. We visit our Aunt Sherry.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid having Christmas at home, going to visit my grandparents in West Virginia, staying with my Aunt Sherry, and her pulling out the VHS copy of The Grinch. That's at number 5 for us as we put our list together.
Yep.
Now number 4. I will do this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is probably one of our biggest favorites. Everybody
it's
put
number
on
4.
their list.
Everyone had it on this list.
Yeah.
This is Elf, which came out, in about 2003?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah, I'd say about 3.
Something like that. Funny movie. Family movie.
Yeah. Great film.
This is one you can watch over and over. This is one.
Yeah.
I think I had
an
it.
actor from Back to the Future 3 and as well actress from Back to the Future 3.
I had about 4 on this list. I had about 4. We have it at 4, but I think it was 4 on my list.
Yeah.
And great movie. Honestly, a movie that can literally go up and down because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to watch it. And then,
Yeah.
So that's 4. Now, 3.
Ethan, you take it away.
This is getting down to on our countdown list. Every year we do a countdown list where we count down. This is getting down to like the last 3 that we do right before Christmas.
Yes.
Number
classic.
3, the original Home Alone. Now, for a lot of you, you might not place like Home Alone 2 above this. Not saying it is, but it might be. You might place this a little higher, but this is our opinion
It's
of this.
the original. It's hard for a sequel to beat an original.
But you'll see if it's on the list or not in just a moment. But the original Home Alone.
This is a movie you could watch any time of the year. It does not have to
Anytime.
be at Christmas. Such a classic movie. I think we'll be
great.
watching it for
It's not
generations and generations to come.
Isn't it like before? Like I feel like the new Grinch beat it, but wasn't it like the highest grossing like Christmas movie of all time?
Yeah, you're maybe
feel
more
like I
on that
looked
than
at
I
it.
am. I'm not sure. But that's great. At number 3, the original, number 1, Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
And on the bottom of everybody's list is Home Alone 3, a horrible movie. Anyway, that's another story. Now, number 2, and I'm going to do number 2.
I actually don't
I'll
like
let you do
5
one.
the most.
Number 2, now this one I know people are going to laugh at. I know people are going to say, what? How did this even make it? This is an absolutely great, family-friendly Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And almost my number 1. But this was my true number 2.
This was my number
This was
one.
this
is
was
my
on
number 2.
everyone's. Was this on your list? I
No.
didn't think
No.
so. But it was on everybody else's. It got a number 1 vote, and it got 2 number 2 votes.
Yep.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
If you recall, we went to the filming locations on our Florida trip.
We did. You can check that out on this channel. We did that just this past summer. It was filmed mainly for the most part in Orlando.
Yep.
Awesome movie. If you don't like Ernest, this is the best of the Ernest movies.
This is
If you don't
yeah,
like
number
Ernest
1.
and you haven't watched this, watch it. It's stupid, kind of, but it's funny. It's great, family friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love it. Remember first time I ever watched it as a kid at my uncle's house. This is a great movie, and I of course passed that love.
I don't
down
even
to them.
remember when was the first time I watched this. I've pretty much been watching it my entire life.
Yeah, great movie. Watch it. Now,
Oh, yeah.
number 1. We're gonna hold on. Before we get to 1, though. We're gonna talk about some of the ones that didn't make the list, or maybe kind of made our list, but didn't make the collaboration of top 7. I had Christmas Vacation on there. They haven't watched that yet.
No.
My wife doesn't care that much for it. She laughs at it, but so that was on the list. My wife had
Rudolph.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Rudolph
Didn't
was
think
on
of
the
that one.
list, and some people's list.
Oh, I got one.
What?
The SpongeBob Christmas.
The SpongeBob Christmas
That made his list.
is on his list.
And McGee and me towards the fight before
And
Christmas.
if anybody knows what that is, power to you. It's awesome. What else? Anything else we have on the list that we didn't mention that was just kind of
Hallmark
true
movies.
honorable mentions?
Oh yeah, Mom said for number 7,
Yeah, all Hallmark movies.
movies.
And all Hallmark Christmas movies. And nobody else had any of those on their list. But anyway, we're going to go to our number 1. This was on everyone's list.
Ooh, let me
Was
say
this
it.
number 1 on everybody's list?
No.
No. Then we did have one vote
B-Man had Ernest Saves Christmas.
at number 1. Everybody else had this movie at... Go ahead. Perfect segue. Home Alone 2, the only movie that I can think of.
Which is the sequel
The
better
sequel
than
was
the
better,
original.
and it was.
It was. It's great.
They have a lot of things in common. A lot of the things, they just redid that made the movie so good.
Yeah.
But adding New York City and the house.
And adding, when you watch the films back to back, you can tell that in Home Alone 2, in the scene where the wet bandits go into the house and they get, all that stuff happens to them, they get so much more covered in stuff in the second film.
A lot
compared
more
to the
pain.
original. A lot more
In
pain.
2 than in 1.
Oh, yeah.
Even though 1 was good if there was never a 2.
Yeah.
But after 2, 1 moves down.
It does.
So this is day number 4. We're counting down. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Put it in the comments below.
Comment.
Yes.
And we want to hear
Remember
from
to
you.
share with your
And put a like on
friends.
this video if you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And so here's the deal.
And like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next Junkers.
Yeah.
See you
30 days and counting down to Christmas.
Yep.
on the next Junking vlog.
Home Alone.
See you tomorrow.